Hi everyone, this is your Tampa Bay Realtor Lance Moore, and in this video, I'm going to give you an honest review of GL Homes in Tampa. Then I'm going to give you 5 shocking things you probably don't know about GL Homes, but should. And at the end, I'm going to give you 2 critical tips that most people don't know when they're buying a new home. Before I get into the GL Home review in Tampa, I want to just give you a little bit of information on how I come to these different review stars, whether it's a 2-star, 4-star, 5-star review. The first thing I do is I go over my own experience with the builder. I don't do reviews unless I've actually sold homes from the builder. And then I look at my client's experience, not just during the process, but if they've had any issues or what's gone on after the process. Then I look at the exterior of the home. In other words, how's the attention to detail on the home exterior wise, as far as elevation and just how does it look. I go inside the home, I look at the attention to detail inside the home, I look at the usability of the square footage. Is it good? Is it bad? What about the floor plans? Are the floor plans good? Are they bad? I look at all that. Then I look at the quality of construction. How's the quality of construction? How's the energy efficiency? And then I have other variables and other things I also take into play before giving the review. So that's basically an overall assessment on what I look at and what goes into my reviews. If you want to see other builder reviews, I'll put a link up here and you can check those out. Now let's talk about the 5 things about GL Homes you probably don't know. And I'll start off with the first, and that's they do metal framing. Now, when I say metal framing, a lot of people, when they're looking at homes, they automatically think wood, because that's pretty much what every other builder uses out there. But GL uses metal framing. So there's pros, there's cons. The good thing is it keeps the walls straight, and that's nice. Now, if you're thinking, well, I don't know about metal framing because I have an 80 or 100 pound TV. Don't worry about that because they got you covered there. You could get a package. It's very reasonable to hang your TV if you need to do that. The second thing is what I call model row. Whenever GL builds, they basically take a cul-de-sac, they close it off, they stick about 6 or 7 homes in there, and they're all model homes. Now, I think from a sales aspect, this is really good to have this because they take these homes, the model homes, and they deck them out to the nines. I mean, they look gorgeous. People look at all the model homes, they walk through, they get all emotional, then they come in and they almost want to buy a home, and it's great. But I'm not really into that too much. But I will say this. You need to look for one of their homes because they always have one home that only has about 20% upgrades in it because they want to give you an idea of what you're getting in the home, what's coming in the home, in other words, sort of basic. So make sure when you look at GL Homes, you always find out which home has the standard stuff in it and take a look at that. The third has to do with home inspections. Now, GL's like every other builder I've worked with. They'll let you get a home inspection, no problem. But GL has a couple twists to their homes inspections. Number one is they don't let inspectors go in the attic. The second is they don't let the inspector go on the roof. Now, I do understand that because GL does tile roofs, and there's a lot of people that don't know how to properly walk on tile, and if they walk on them wrong, they're going to crack the tile, and GL doesn't want to get into that. So I do understand that. So just understand that those are the 2 things that, you're not going to have an inspector do when you do get a home inspection. All right, number 4 is the design center. GL Homes has their design center in the subdivision, so you're not driving a half an hour or 40 minutes away to go to some design center. GL Homes, like a lot of builders out there, I think they do nickel and dime you on a lot of the stuff that you're going to get, whether it's in the kitchen, the bathroom, etc. But the nice thing is it's in the subdivision. So you could go in there before you purchase and before you even have your consultation with the designer and take a look at it. Now this is going to be very valuable for people who are on tight time frames. So maybe you're coming in from out of town, you're relocating, and it's very convenient. You can look at the different cabinets, the tile, the countertop, the fixtures. It's really nice. So I do like that fact. I have a video, I'll put it above, on how to save money in the design center. I would highly recommend you watch that video as well. The last thing, number 5, is the registration. With most builders, when you go out and you look at their model homes, they might have 1 or 2 or 3. You could just walk in and say, hey, I'm just looking, I'm thinking of buying, or I'm looking for decorating ideas, or I live around the corner, I'm just curious and I wanted to check out your model homes. Not a big deal. You walk in, you look at them, you walk out. Not with GL Homes. They have basically a guard at the gate. So when you walk in, they're going to want you to register. Now the problem is sometimes is if you're using a real estate agent and you don't have your real estate agent with you, they may not let you have a real estate agent represent you. So whenever you're looking at GL Homes, always make sure you have your real estate agent there, or tell them up front and put your real estate agent on the registration cards. Now, I have talked to management about this, and they do have some flexibility with this. What they're really worried about, what they don't want to happen, is someone saying, oh yeah, my cousin or my aunt's a real estate agent, and or they have what are called, it's a little weird, but they're called real estate poachers in our industry, where they just stand outside, realtors stand outside the model home, trying to get people to work with them. It's a little disgusting. It happens. I mean, they care more about, it seems like, their own checkbook than they do about the customer, which is weird, but it happens. So that's what they're afraid of there. So just those are some 5 things you need to know and understand how GL works. Now let's get into the review. I would give GL Homes a 4-star review. I think overall they're a good builder, they do a good job, and let me give you a breakdown on why I say this. First is, I always look at my experience with GL. I look at my customers' experience with GL. It's been good. Now, anybody could have bad experiences, but at the end of the day, it's how builders work on things and how they fix things. But GL's good. I go outside the home and I look at the outside. Their attention to detail is really nice exterior wise, especially with the tile roofs. That always looks really good. When I go inside the home, their attention to detail inside the home is good. Their floor plans overall are nice. They do have a lot of floor plans. They'll have 20, 22 floor plans in a lot of cases, and you're always going to have some duds. That's just going to happen with every builder. But overall, they're good. Their space management, square footage, and how they use the square footage is good. When you get into the quality and the, moreover, the energy efficiency, I think it can probably be a little bit better. I would say it's sort of average, but I'll tell you what really excels GL Homes, what's really nice, there's 2 things that I really like. Number 1 is they're not just the builder in their subdivision, so it doesn't make any difference if you're in Vista del Sol or if you're in the Ridge up in Wesley Chapel. They are the developer, not just the builder, but the developer. So they have a lot of flexibility in what they want to do. You look at their subdivision, they don't just have these cookie cutters, north, south, east, west streets. They have rolling streets. They have a lot of really nice lots backing up to ponds, to conservations, ponds and conservations. So they really can control what the development looks like because they developed it. The second thing is their amenities. Their amenities are off the hook, and this is what people love about GL Homes. Keep in mind, their bread and butter is basically the 55 and older community. So again, no matter where you live, whether it's a 55 and older community or not a 55 and older community, their amenities are really, really good. So that's why I give GL Homes a 4-star review. Now, let me go into 2 critical things I think most people don't even think about when they're buying a GL home or any new home for that matter. One is getting an inspection. You're buying a new home, not a perfect home. Get an inspection. Now remember what I said before, GL doesn't allow the inspectors to go on the roof or in the attic. So I had a conversation with management about this because I was pretty concerned. And management told me, they said, look, if the buyer wants to hire or get their inspector back out after they close in the home to go in the attic or go up on the roof, if they find anything wrong, we'll take care of them. We want to make sure the home is good. So just keep that in mind. One tip I would do is after you close on your GL home, I would get your inspector back out there to take a look at it, and or a roofer to take a look at the roof and the attic, because you don't want any problems, down the line. And I'm talking down the line. You could have a roof issue that could happen 10 years down the line that could have been corrected up front. So do that. The second thing is hire a real estate agent. A lot of people think, well, I'm buying a brand new home, I don't need a real estate agent. Well, you couldn't be more wrong, because at the end of the day, real estate agents aren't going to cost you any money. You're not going to have to pay them. And they're getting paid by the builder out of the builder's marketing budget that was put together the year before. So whether you use a realtor or whether you don't use a realtor, there's not going to be any difference. But there's a lot of advantages realtors could provide. Now, let's say you have an issue and there's something that goes wrong with the home. You have to keep in mind the sales rep is going to be nice, but they work for the builder. They represent the builder. The real estate agent's going to work for you and represent you to try to get things done. Now, with that said, I would definitely not use just any realtor. Use a realtor that knows new construction, that understands new construction, that sells a lot of new homes, because they're going to know the ins and outs on how to get around different things. So if you have any questions, if you're in the Tampa Bay area and you're looking for a realtor to represent you on GL Homes or any home, new or pre-owned, give me a call. I'd love to help you. If you're out of the area and you don't know a real estate agent and you need my help, I'd be more than happy to help you find a good aggressive realtor that knows and understands new construction. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you can, let me know let me know what I said about GL Homes that you found the most enlightening in this video. I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you have a wonderful day.